Here are the horoscopes for the week of the 15th to the 21st of August 2025. So we begin the week with the Sun meeting with Mercury, opposite Neptune and Saturn, both retrograde. So the Sun and Mercury both in Virgo, which is the processing mind, and the mind-body connection, opposite Saturn in Pisces and Neptune at the very first degree of the zodiac, 0 degrees Aries. We're getting a chance here to be able to see what these retrogrades will be bringing. We're in the middle of eclipse season and we'll come to that in a bit, but the intelligence of our body is speaking to us. We may be having dreams from the distant past, wake up with the feelings associated to those times, but in order to process and release and clear space, especially in the chambers of the heart, but also in the cells of the body. If we're carrying anything with us regarding emotional baggage, this now all has to get rinsed out. So a very interesting double opposition here, shedding light on our memories, what we're holding in the body, how we process things, our past, what we've been holding onto in the cells, distant emotions, and everything that must go. Because by spring next year, we've really finished clearing that channel and cleaning the vessel to receive the more permanent higher energies that are coming in. But layer upon layer upon layer is being revealed. Things that we didn't even know we were thinking about subconsciously or acting upon. That's of the old self and not the new sovereign self. So a very deep start to the week with that opposition, showing us a bit of the story in ahead of time of what both Saturn and Neptune retrograde over the autumn and winter will be bringing up for clearing. But with the keen sight of the Sun and Mercury, we can attend to the detail, like unpicking some fine stitching. Slowly, forensically bring things up, unpick them, use our keen minds to check the veracity of any situation, thought or belief, gently undoing ourselves, our old selves, over the winter. By the 19th, Mercury moves on into Libra, and this will make an opposition to Neptune itself. So here Mercury will seek more balance, more peace. Relationships could come to the fore if they need recognition before clearing. Any relationship story that we're hanging on to, any template of how relationships should be, that may well come up. May even have people come up from the past so that we can cleanse any baggage from old connections. But Neptune calling for independence, possible meditation there for some, depending on where it falls in our chart. Could be, have we not been independent enough in relationships? Have we been codependent? Have we relied on others' validation? Have we reached out of ourselves to try and find love? That would be ideally one of the bigger stories, as Mercury is opposite Neptune, taking us into a new arena of Libra for the next couple of weeks. Mars has been in Libra for a while, so that's been firing up some of our imbalances, firing up and showing up any imbalances in current relationships or how we relate to ourself, which essentially is the first relationship before we can actually interact with others. So that's almost cleared the way, and now we can actually see what Mars, like a rotivator, has overturned and dig up the weeds with the precision of Mercury. Then by the end of the week we've got the second new moon in Virgo. So the last one was at 0 degrees and this one's at 29 degrees. So it's a partial lunar eclipse at 20:53 UK time on the 21st. And the 21st is the beginning of the autumn equinox. So here we have the themes of reaping and sowing. We reap the old harvest, prepare the ground and get ready to sow the seeds for the next one. So has your story this month with the 2 Virgo eclipses and the Pisces full moon in the middle been about realising that you can't plant one seed and expect a different crop to come from it? It's the law of cause and effect. Whatever we plant, whether it's an idea or a belief or a behaviour, that's going to have an effect at some point in the future. We can't then turn around and say I didn't do anything or it was their fault. So the responsibility of looking at what am I planting, and is that what I want to reap? What have I planted, and is that what I'm reaping now? Will have been the story for many over these 2 Virgo new moons. But it's quite a prosperous date, that one, quite a fortunate one, falling on the autumn equinox, clearing the ground, sowing new seeds with full consciousness, and then expecting with a whole heart bountiful harvest in the months to come. So it's quite an active week this week. Lots of different signs being activated, lots coming up for reflection, adjustment and recalibration. Really does feel like gentle fine-tuning, allowing the awareness and then attending to the detail of purification. So if you'd like to see where this is happening for you, I am available, zoehind7@gmail.com, for readings, coaching, courses and private ritual design. I post on YouTube, Zoe Astro, Instagram Zoehind7 and Facebook AstroZoe. So at this time of year, the harvest, the back to school, everything's pointing at us to attend to detail, to use our minds for what they're meant for, to focus, to process and clear, and to prepare our inner soil for a very different year and a very bountiful harvest in 2026. So those are the horoscopes for this week, and I'll see you next week.